I wanted to do a quick story time with you. There's actually 2 story times I wanted to go over with you, but I'm just going to go over just this one because it's 2 separate stories. But I'm listening to I can't remember what the story that I'm actually, like, I don't know what I can't remember. Look, I have a great memory, right? I can remember things from when I was a kid. I can remember lots of things, but little details, not the greatest one. I was going to tell you that now. Little details, not the greatest one. I think it's just trivial stuff, because I've got a good memory when it comes to a lot of other things, but just like little details, I can't seem to. I think that's just to do with my ADHD. And trust me, I get sidetracked very easily, as you can just see. Anyway, stick with me. So, basically, what I'm listening to is Chris is doing a reaction to about the P. Diddy tunnels. Now, the tunnels are really not a new it's really not new news for me. It is new news that it's P. Diddy's tunnels, but the whole Playhouse Mansion tunnels isn't new news. Tunnels in general under like under the cities and under people's places and all those sorts of things. It doesn't it's not new news to me, and it's not something that doesn't surprise me. Like, I'm not really shocked by it, and that's because people are capable of some real wicked things, and so it doesn't really surprise me, that stuff. It just, okay, so before I said it doesn't shock me, but yeah, it does shock me when I hear it. I'm like, oh my God, like, oh Lord, really? I get shocked, but it doesn't surprise me. So I was listening to his reaction of that, and it's funny, and I keep pausing, and now it's my ADHD. Okay, I get very distracted easily, but when I'm passionate about something, and when I'm, because with ADHD you can hyper focus, and my God, can I hyper focus on things like this? But so basically, yeah, he's in something that he's reacting to, and he shows a clip of this man, a police officer, talking about how children were coming to them and speaking about how there was a tunnels under their school, and they were like trafficked out through those tunnels, and they would describe going to these being surrounded with adults and having hoods on, black hoods and candles. Now, this is the interesting part. Now, that's in the United States, right? That's over in the US. Please don't think for a minute it doesn't happen here in Australia. Please do not think that. When the man was talking in this, and I'd love to like play the clip. I may even do my own reaction video to it. I'm gonna find the source and I'll react to it myself, so you guys can see and hear for yourself what I'm reacting to, and then I can tell the story a little bit more in detail. I'm doing this live off the top of my head. I'm very good with writing more than I am with speaking, because I have words that just fly through my head, right? And when I'm writing, when I'm I can't just think up the top of my head. I need to slow it down to articulate really what I want to say. And what I want to say is that I'll be able to, write out what I want to say when I react to this. So, without further ado, I can relate a lot to this. Now, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to a family member of mine. And I won't say the family member I have a big family. I have a very big family. And I won't say, I have a big family on my mother and my father's side. So I won't get into who it was, but because it's really not my story to tell, but I was very close with this family member, and I heard my family member with my own ears as a young kid listening to my other young family members coming out talking about hooded people taking them from their kindergarten and going, and there was being put into a dress and then being surrounded with candles. Everything that this person was saying, I'm like, oh my God, this is so similar to what this family member was telling our elders. And yet now it's like, and people can't say, oh, that's exaggerating. This is a freaking 4-year-old. This is a 4-year-old drawing it and retelling to our older family members what they're experiencing. So listening to this makes me very concerned about now when I'm fast forwarding. It concerns me because it's like, oh, I love my hometown. I absolutely love my home. Look, evil resides anywhere. It resides anywhere. I live in Sydney, Australia, and there's some things that go down here. It's evil's everywhere. It's people who choose to do evil things. But it certainly helps me really to understand that what this person was saying, now it makes me want to look into it a bit further. But I have a saying, right, for my brand. My brand is, I'm not the tiger. This is not a plug. This is just a saying, right? That's a tagline for my brand. I'm curious. I'm just not cat got killed curious, okay? So I'm curious to see if there are other people that are out there that have had the same similar experience as what I just said. So I am really curious to know if there are other people in the Northern Rivers or even in Australia, just anywhere in Australia, that can relate from the 90s, even the 80s, 90s, millennium to now. Have they experienced any sort of any of that being taken from their school, like from a kindergarten, from school, without their parents' knowledge or their carers' knowledge? Have they been taken and seen, hooded people in hoods, candles, satanic? Has anybody else experienced it? I would really love to know that. I'm a healthy curious. I'm not going to go get killed curious, okay? So just want to say that now. Cat curious, not cat getting killed curious, okay? So that's just what I want to know. This is a quick live. So this is actually cool. I mean, I know that, yeah, actually. All right. So anyway, God bless. Peace. How do I end this? Oh, yep.